There's an old adage about how you should never meet your heroes. That saying certainly applies to famous people who have lived impressive lives but also have dark skeletons in their closets. From racism to abuse and even homicide, here are some beloved celebrities who've done terrible things. Steve Jobs will no doubt go down as one of the greatest marketing minds of any generation, but he won't be winning any parenting awards. The late Apple CEO publicly denied that he was the father of the daughter of his former girlfriend Chrisanne Brennan, despite reportedly being forced to take a paternity test that revealed that the probability of him being the father was 94.1%. He even once told Time magazine, 28% of the male population of the United States could be the father. Jobs would even swear in court documents that he was infertile, which was clearly not the case when he went on to have 3 children with his wife Lorraine Powell. Meanwhile, Brennan and her baby girl were reportedly living on welfare. Eventually, Jobs began paying out $500 a month in court-ordered child support. A month after that order, Apple went public, which led to Jobs having a personal net worth of more than $225 million. The daughter that he denied, Lisa Brennan Jobs, would go on to write a memoir about her relationship with her father. Later in life, Jobs finally accepted Lisa as one of his own, increasing his financial support and including her in his inheritance. She was reportedly at her father's bedside when he passed away in 2011. Amy Locane first gained fame for her roles in the John Waters film Crybaby and the TV show Melrose Place, but she will forever remain infamous for the 2010 car crash that claimed the life of a 60-year-old New Jersey woman named Helene Seaman. The trouble began when Locane rear-ended a vehicle and then fled the scene when the driver tried to contact police. That driver reportedly followed Locane and witnessed her swerving and knocking down mailboxes before slamming into the passenger side of Seaman's vehicle as it turned into a driveway. Seaman was pronounced dead at the scene. Locane's blood alcohol level was nearly 3 times the legal limit. In 2012, she was convicted of vehicular homicide and sentenced to 3 years behind bars. In 2019, she was sentenced to another 5 years after prosecutors filed an appeal seeking resentencing, arguing that her original punishment wasn't severe enough. In 2017, Locane told NJ.com, "There hasn't been a day that has gone by that I didn't think of Helene Seaman. I feel terrible for her family." Rap icon Dr. Dre has a long history of committing violence against women. In 1991, rapper and TV host Dee Barnes criticized Dre's group NWA on her show Pump It Up. Dre later ran into her at a party in Los Angeles, where he picked her up and slammed her face and body repeatedly against a wall. He then attempted to throw her down some stairs before kicking her in the ribs and hands. She escaped and ran into the woman's restroom, but Dre followed her, grabbed her from behind and punched her in the back of her head.
If I was a young black woman who they felt didn't know what she was talking about.
Barnes wasn't Dre's only victim. His ex-fiancée singer Michelle claimed that he beat her so badly in multiple incidents that she needed plastic surgery. A third alleged victim, rapper Terry B, told the New York Times that he punched her in the mouth and the eye after she insulted him in a song. The only legal repercussions the hip-hop legend ever faced were community service, probation, and a fine, after he pleaded no contest to assault and battery charges related to Barnes' incident. He vaguely confessed to the other allegations in 2015 when he apologized to the women he'd hurt. Mark Wahlberg grew up rough in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. By the age of 13, he had a cocaine problem, and by 15, his habits included throwing rocks and spouting slurs at 4th graders. And it got much worse than that. When he was 16, he assaulted a man of Vietnamese descent by knocking him unconscious with a stick. When Wahlberg was brought to the scene of the crime, he reportedly told officers, "You don't have to let him identify me. I'll tell you now, that's the motherfucker whose head I split open." Wahlberg would go on to spend 45 days in a correctional facility. In 2014, he attempted to get a full pardon for his crimes, which didn't go over well. Kristen Atwood, one of the school children he allegedly terrorized, told the Associated Press, "I don't really care who he is. It doesn't make him any exception. If you're a racist, you're always going to be a racist." Wahlberg later implied that he was coerced into applying for the pardon and that he regretted his actions.
I was a young kid and I was a follower, and the day I woke up in prison I had to say, you know what, do I want to continue to be a follower, do I want to change my life and become a leader?
Justin Bieber has a lot to answer for as a young man with a history of behaving badly. There was the time he urinated in a restaurant janitor's mop bucket, and in 2013 he was arrested for drag racing a yellow Lamborghini while reportedly under the influence of marijuana and prescription drugs. In 2014 he infamously egged his neighbor's house, and also in 2014 he was arrested for assault and dangerous driving after he reportedly crashed into a man riding an ATV and then tried to fight him. Bieber's rap sheet doesn't end there. There's videos of him using the N-word and singing about joining the Ku Klux Klan. And there was also the time he was banned from entering China. For his troubles, he's been ordered to community service and probation, attended anger management classes, and shelled out hefty fines and charitable donations related to his various guilty pleas. He explained some of his behavior in 2019 when he told Vogue, "Drugs put a screen between me and what I was doing. It got pretty dark." Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.